In June 2019, the Golden State Warriors franchise was at its lowest point, yet they managed to reach the finals. The loss against the Toronto Raptors in the finals jeopardized the future of their once dominant dynasty. Klay Thompson suffered a tragic ACL injury in the finals, and Kevin Durant had an even worse Achilles injury. Draymond Green, on the other hand, was having a tough time both on the offensive and the defensive ends, and Stephen Curry could not do much on the court alone. A team that rose to the top of the basketball world as a dynasty had fallen in the blink of an eye. The NBA world thought that the Warriors were doomed to a miserable grave, and they would see the downfall of Stephen Curry soon. But the doubters did not know that Golden State was not satisfied with 3 championships. The ensuing season featured strategic rebuilding and exceptional trade decisions. 3 years following the 2019 finals, the Golden State Warriors stood tall as NBA champions once again in 2022. Today's video will be about Golden State and how they rebuilt their dynasty. Before we go any further, make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting NBA content. Let's keep rolling. The Warriors' chemistry was shaky, which disappointed many fans. The hope was that Golden State would become a formidable championship contender as they used to be in the past. On April 9, 2021, the Warriors lost to the Washington Wizards, and they were barely in the playoff picture at the 10th seed. All eyes were on Stephen Curry to step up and help the team qualify for the playoffs. The Warriors relied on Curry for years. He carried them through thick and thin countless times in the past, and he was about to do it again. He averaged 37 points per game in the final month of the season, and the Warriors went 15-5 as he dragged his team from 4 games below 500 to a 39-33 record. Curry had a fire in his eyes and was determined to book a trip to the playoffs, and these fantastic numbers helped him land the 3rd spot in the MVP race. The Warriors had not officially grabbed a spot in the playoffs just yet, and they still had to win 1 game in the play-in. Golden State had to beat either the Los Angeles Lakers or the Memphis Grizzlies, but they lost in both the matchups. The season was over for the Warriors when it looked like they were brewing something special. However, Stephen Curry was confident in his team and stated, "You don't want to see us next year." Some people laughed at this statement, and others believed him. The 2021 offseason was an extraordinary summer for the franchise. It all started with the 2021 draft, when the team landed the number 7 pick from Minnesota that was included in the D'Angelo Russell trade, along with their own number 14 pick from the Andrew Wiggins trade. Wiggins proved to be invaluable for Golden State, and with him on the team, they had a chance to add another piece to their growing young core along with Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, who were selected at numbers 7 and 14 respectively, and were considered as players that could become stars. The Warriors needed depth, and now is their chance to stack up on it. Initially, they signed Nemanja Bjelica, Otto Porter, and the Finals MVP Andre Iguodala. Porter and Bjelica would be key bench players, whereas Iguodala was added as a veteran championship-minded presence to the squad. Kelly Oubre and Kent Bazemore both departed in free agency. Bazemore even took less money and joined the Lakers because he believed they had a higher chance of winning the championship. The Warriors re-signed Stephen Curry to a 5-year, $215 million deal and guaranteed the contract of the defensive guard Gary Payton II, which completed their roster. They gained depth with the young guys on the team and were ready for the challenge. The Warriors smashed all expectations in the 2021-22 season, opening up the first 20 games with 18 wins. Otto Porter Jr., Gary Payton II, and Bjelica energized the second unit with exceptional shooting and disciplined defense. James Wiseman was not able to recover from his torn meniscus in time to play this season, but Kevon Looney had no problem taking his place along with Draymond Green on the court. Andrew Wiggins also became something the Warriors had only dreamed of. He became an all-star for the first time in his career and unlocked his true potential. But the player who made all this possible was Stephen Curry, who started off the season putting up his dominant numbers with an all-time three-point achievement on his mind. He had the chance to break the record for the most three-pointers by one player in NBA history, and in a game against the New York Knicks, he hit his 2,974th triple, giving him the most threes by any player in NBA history. Klay Thompson had also worked back from his devastating ACL and Achilles injuries. A lot of players in his position would have quit, but he kept fighting. In January 2022, against the Cleveland Cavaliers, he made a comeback with his beloved three-point stroke and nasty right-handed hammer. The second Splash Bro had returned, and fans were eager to see the big three of Draymond, Stephen Curry, and Klay share the floor once again. The excitement was ruined quickly after Curry injured his left ankle in a game against the Boston Celtics in March 2022. Curry ended up missing the rest of the regular season with this injury, but missed no time in the playoffs. The Warriors finished their season with 53 wins and the third seat. A 14-win improvement from the prior year with a roster far more polished than the past 3 years. The quest to win their fourth ring in 8 years began against the Denver Nuggets in Round 1. The Warriors destroyed them with Curry returning from injury and coming off the bench in every game except Game 5. Curry appeared more quick and confident than ever, scoring 28 points per game on 50% shooting from the field. Draymond contributed defensively as well, stealing the ball from the two-time MVP Nikola Jokic in crunch time of Game 3 to seal the series for the first time in 3 years. They were up against the Memphis Grizzlies in Round 2, and the Warriors won Game 1 barely. Klay Thompson nailed a clutch three and then played lockdown defense on Ja Morant to seal the win. He seemed to have great form and guided his team to a huge victory in Game 2. The series consisted of several fouls and hard plays, with Gary Payton II being injured by Brooks, jeopardizing his season. The Warriors came out on top, winning both Games 3 and 4 and taking the series in 6. They earned a spot in the Western Conference Finals, and only one team separated them from the NBA Finals, the Dallas Mavericks. The Warriors destroyed the Mavericks in 5 to earn a trip to the NBA Finals, with Curry averaging 23, Klay averaging 18, and Poole averaging 16 points per game. The Boston Celtics were Golden State's final opponent. The NBA Finals kicked off in San Francisco, and Boston stunned the Warriors with a 14-point fourth-quarter deficit, going on a 17-0 run to steal Game 1 from Golden State. The Warriors responded with a Game 2 victory, but the Celtics took the lead in Game 3 once again. Stephen Curry suffered a left foot injury in the fourth quarter of Game 3, which put the Warriors at an even bigger disadvantage. Golden State entered Game 4 with a prior loss, and Curry knew that another loss would make it impossible for them to win the championship. Stephen Curry, playing on a left foot injury, flipped his switch to a new level, scoring 43 points with 7 triples and delivering his team a win in Game 4. In Game 5, they continued their dominance after taking a 3-2 lead. Both the teams headed back to Boston for Game 6, and the Warriors destroyed the home team 103-90, with Stephen Curry putting up a marvelous 32 points. Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green proved that they still knew what it took to win on the biggest stage, and won their fourth ring together. They never gave up and remained patient with the process and reaped the benefits rising from the bottom to becoming the champions once again. And what do you guys think? Will the Warriors win another ring next season? Will Curry prove his excellence once again? I would love to hear your opinion, so please let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing NBA content.